Hi, I'm Laurin Seiden. Welcome to New Development, and today we are back with Ananda Giri for our 5th session of this series. Thank you so much for taking the time and sharing with us.
Thank you, Lord.
I'm curious, with all that you've learned, what is something you'd like to share with us?
It's important to have these 3 realizations. We believe that there are 3 insights that all of us should have that will not only make a difference to our lives, but also make a difference to the world we live in. And that would be, the first of these realizations would be to realize the interconnectedness of all life, to know that there is not one moment in our entire life that is independent of the rest of the world. Every single experience we have, every object we possess, it's a result of the combined effort, conscious effort and unconscious effort of multitudes of people and multitudes of factors. When you realize this, there's a transformation in your thinking. Yourself has expanded to include others. Otherwise, if you believed that you are a separate individual, your thinking and actions will be all centered around yourself. This awareness of the dependently arising nature of life, of how connected we are, will make us more grateful and think and act like one organism. And the second thing that we should realize, which can again make a difference to our lives and to the lives of others, is to know that it's possible for everyone in this world to find that inner peace and joy. It is the right of every person to find that joy and peace. And we should make every effort possible to find the joy and peace, because this life is too precious. It cannot be wasted by living in misery when it's not necessary for us to live in misery, because peace and joy is not determined by our external circumstances, but by the meanings we give. But it appears that our society has conditioned us to adjust and accommodate to everything you feel and experience. And some of us believe this is flowing with life. Flowing with life is not adjusting and accommodating with everything. Outwardly, yes, right, you must learn to accommodate, but you should not be adjusting to everything you feel. If you're feeling conflicted inside, you must strive to end that conflict. If you're feeling a pain and a grief or sorrow inside, you must work to end that sorrow. But instead, what we do is, when we experience a stress or conflict, we are told it's a part of life. When you complain, I'm feeling miserable inside, there is so much pain, you are told that life is not a bed of roses. It's like constantly you're reminded it's a part of your life, live with it. if we're living our lives that way, to that extent, our lives will be ordinary or less than ordinary. But if we must live an extraordinary quality of life, we must pursue an extraordinary quality of life. We must refuse to live a life of misery, a life of sorrow, a life of fear, a life of inner disturbance. And for us to do that, we must have the knowledge that we don't have to change our conditions in order to change our inner state. And that's possible for all to find that peace and joy. And the third realization would be to know that there's a great strength in all of us, our presence. Whatever you call it, some choose to call it God, some call it the Buddha, some call it the Christ, some call it the collective consciousness. We call it the divine presence. Whatever this is not something outside of us or separate from us. Right. It is the core of our being. It's the deepest part of ourselves. And when you realize this strength, this presence is a part of you, is there in you, and when you can connect with it, you feel enormous strength to change your life.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here with Ananda Giri. Look forward to having you come back and connecting with you again soon.